It started as an ordinary lunch break in a quiet town, but within minutes, it turned into a nightmare. A new black man, fresh to the neighborhood, walked into a diner, hoping for a simple meal. But to a few men in uniform, his presence was out of place. One officer smirked, picked up a tray of food, and poured it over his head in front of everyone. The diner fell silent. No one moved, no one spoke. But what they didn't know was who this man truly was. Watch until the end. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Darius Cole had just transferred to the small town of Ridgewater, a quiet community tucked between rolling hills and long-forgotten towns. He was calm, soft-spoken, and observant, the kind of man who could disappear in a crowd. What no one knew was that Darius was an undercover FBI agent assigned to investigate civil rights violations within local law enforcement. To everyone else, he looked like a newcomer starting fresh, trying to fit in. That morning, he stopped by Denny's Corner, a popular diner known for its fried chicken and chatter. The room fell oddly quiet as he entered, though he pretended not to notice. He smiled politely, found a seat near the window, and opened the menu. For Darius, it was routine. For the town, it was the beginning of something that would expose years of buried hate. The waitress hesitated when taking his order, eyes flicking nervously toward a group of officers at the counter. They were laughing, loud and careless, the kind of laughter that made everyone else uneasy. Darius ordered a sandwich, keeping his tone friendly. He had seen this kind of tension before, small-town hostility hidden under polite smiles. But as he waited, he overheard whispers. "Who does he think he is? Another outsider. Doesn't belong here." Minutes later, one of the cops, Sergeant Donnelly, swaggered over. His uniform was half-buttoned, his smirk wide. "You lost, boy?" he said, loud enough for the room to hear. Darius stayed composed, saying nothing. Donnelly picked up Darius's plate from the counter, still steaming hot, and without warning dumped the food over his head. The diner gasped. Oil and gravy dripped down Darius's face as laughter broke out. He didn't move, didn't yell, just looked up, calm, steady, unblinking. That silence was louder than any outburst. The waitress froze mid-step, the cook peeked through the window hatch, and every eye in the room shifted from the officer to the man who refused to react. Darius slowly stood up, wiped his face, and placed a $20 bill on the table. Then he walked out, quietly. No one knew that every second of that encounter had been recorded. Hidden inside his shirt was a micro camera, and within hours that footage would change Ridgewater forever. By evening, the police department was in chaos. Federal agents swarmed the building, seizing files, computers, and arresting officers. The same man they humiliated at lunch now stood before them, this time in a crisp suit with an FBI badge clipped to his belt. The chief's face drained of color. Sergeant Donnelly, still in uniform, stumbled backward as Darius's eyes met his. "This is Special Agent Darius Cole, Department of Justice," another agent announced. Donnelly's hands trembled. His bravado vanished. The laughter from earlier echoed in his ears like a curse. He tried to speak but only managed a whisper. Darius said nothing. He didn't need to. The badge spoke for him. By nightfall, Donnelly and 3 other officers were in custody for hate crimes, abuse of power, and obstruction of justice. News spread like wildfire. The story of the black man humiliated by cops, who turned out to be an FBI agent, hit every network across the country. Protests followed, demanding accountability and reform. The diner closed within weeks, its windows boarded, its name erased. As for Darius, he quietly transferred to another division, far from the headlines, but Ridgewater was never the same again. People whispered his name like a legend, a reminder that justice sometimes walks among us in silence, watching, waiting for the right moment to strike. And yet, beneath the headlines, a question remained. Why did it take an FBI badge for people to care? How many more ordinary men have suffered without a camera, without power, without justice? Which country and city are you watching from? Take care.